There's Kazuare. Radio. There we go. What? You stumble to the side, grabbing the rail to keep from falling as Perkelidux rocks hard to port. Looker turns to his feet, examining his fingers and wincing. God's alive, Lindrith. What in honest holy name do you think you're doing up there? It weren't my fault, you sudden Baldgerat. Lindrith spits back. The helmsman turns to you. Felt like something went under the ship, Captain. Order a mad gesture wildly to starboard. Captain, the hand stumbles back from the deck. Either I need to be giving up the drink for good, or there's a goddamn colossal monster down there. Beneath the surface of the water, you make out a long, sinuous form. No mere fish. The creature swims with two pairs of legs and a long, thin tail. Your lungs feel suddenly empty as you gasp as your stomach turns. You fall sideways into light.
The light fades into dim. You stand in a forest glade hung thick with shadows. Tall trees surround you. The shriek of a deer pierces the air before being abruptly silenced. From out of the dark lope a Stelgar and a wolf, followed by a thickly muscled man draped in furs. Galawain.
Herald of Berath. Were you not content to destroy my creation at Signath Moor? Do you intend to meddle here as well?
Yep.
Leave. Now.
Nope. I smell like rancid blood and days-old sweat wafts off him in waves.
I will warn you only once. If you tread upon my island, it will consume you.
Why don't you want me to come here?
The cold rush of the sea upon Signath Moor still crashes in my ears. I would not have you apply your same reckless attentions here.
Yep, that was different unless you got a monster making machine here too.
The wolf at Galawain's flank growls low in its throat.
I have warned you. May aught that follows be on your head.
With a sound like a thunderclap and a bright burst like lightning, the forest disappears, and you are thrust back into your body. You blink against the fading flash. When you can see again, you find your hands bloodless and aching, gripping the railing of your ship.
Your eyes trace the giant lizard's path towards the nearby island. It seems to be swimming north, away from the waterfall. You lose sight of the beast that plunges into the depths. Muato's voice seems to be a mere whisper after the power of our gods. I felt such rage from that beast, hunger too, and beneath all of it I think fear. Galawain seems pretty unhappy with more than just my presence here. The Lord of the Hunt sent that beast. Muato's voice rises in the pitch and volume. Everyone in Kazuwari could be in danger. You have to help them, please, Watcher. His voice echoes at the edge of your perception as your focus returns to the deck of Perkelidux. The crew, eyes wide, stare at you. Calm down, everyone. Whatever it is gone. That made him nervous. It made me nervous. The creature's a danger to anyone on that island. Looks like a big trophy to me. Let's go hunting. Yeah, that looks like a big trophy to me. Let's go hunting. Supposing we don't die, it'll be a... Oh, Edda doesn't like the animal cruelty, nor does Maya. Morale gained. Oops. Perkelidux rocks gently, the large landmass beckons. Sorry, Adea. Adea, are we still good? Yeah, we're still good. He just didn't like that very much. Seraphin and Jyoti, the only ones not at 2 weeks now. Yeah, whatever. Nadea's cool with a lot of people. Constantine doesn't give a fuck with a lot of people. Maya is cool with Jyoti. And Alof is cool with Maya and Jyoti. It doesn't like Seraphin or Takehu. There's nothing he likes about Takehu. There's nothing about Seraphim he likes. I think Seraphim and fucking Takehu are the only ones that can get on with each other. In that regard. An unusual structure rises from the thick jungle foliage ahead of you. Vines drape it like a decor, and it takes you a moment to resolve its form in the spine and ribs of some titanic beast. The skull faces you upside down, jaw wide open and gaping, sharp teeth hang above it like the weight and edge of a headsman axe. Identify it? A variety of large quadrupedal lizards exist across the aura, and judging from the skull and claws, this seems to be one. The shape of the ribcage suggests it's an aquatic or amphibious existence. Such creatures can be aggressive. Approach it. As you near the skeleton, you make out a number of rough pieces of decoration hanging from the old skeleton. Crafted from wood and bone, they hang inside the mouth and ribs. Among the other desiccated sacrifices in the mouth, you find the remains of a human corpse. Investigate the scene. The hoof prints of numerous boars cross the space, overlapping with those of Kif of various sizes. History, religion. I don't think we'll get any religious people here, so examine decorations. Well, we have Constantine. At first, the rough hue and simplicity of the ornaments remind you of wilder totems. But fine etchings in some of the bones seem to indicative of Juana. You discover several effigies that appear to be of boar-headed Kif. You've got a 17 there. Continue along the path. You've only just left the gargantuan skeleton behind when you hear a rustling in the jungle to your left. You hear a nod to the right. To the other side, you high-draped Kif approach, flanked by bristling boars. Muatu, this might be a good idea for you to convene and say, "Hi, I brought these people along."
Don't move. Return to your little boat, interloper. You do not belong on Kazawari.
His companions, each equally well armed and scarred, stand at ease beside their boar companions, eyes strained on you.
Hold off, Hateno!
11 lance check. She throws a third arm out to stop the druid's advance.
You from the valleys? The living lands? Might have seen you shipping out of port a few years back.
I'm from the lands, yes.
Knew it! Can't never forget a face, you know? Still, it's funny to find another from the valleys out here. Kazuwari attracts all kinds.
Constantine exhales a muffled sigh of relief.
Shut your gaping trap, Shabale.
I like Shabale, you shut up.
Turn back, now. And count yourself lucky you aren't already dead.
Wait, I believe we may have a common friend.
Doubtful.
Show wise teeth necklace. He gave me this, don't you recognise it?
Good for you. He's a hard old bastard to please.
Constantine elbowed you in the gut.
Diplomacy doesn't count for shit on this island, but its people do respect power.
Mr. Constantine, can you talk him down? You seem to know how things work around here.
I can try, but I can't see how it'll do much good.
Constantine clears his throat and turns to Ateno, but Ateno cuts him off before he can say any more.
So nice to see you again, Constantine.
Can't say the feeling's mutual.
You think I'd pass up the chance to kill a coward like you, Constantine?
Intimidate. I should have Palladino with me. Let's talk about this. There's no reason to get bloody.
No.
In spite of Muato manifests beside you in a flash of light, his sudden appearance doesn't seem to register with the Skardamau and his crew.
Why did we stop? We ran into locals, didn't we? I doubt they'll listen to reason. Best to kill them and be done with it.
I belong in this island as much as you do. Let me through. Ranger or hunter check. Or ranger and hunter check. Not required, mate. I belong in this island as much as you do. Let me through.
You think he follows Toamawai, Hateno? Maybe the faces brought him here.
What say, interloper? Do you trespass on the god's behalf?
I'm the herald of Beraf. The mirror snorts.
You don't seem to understand this place at all.
I say this one looks soft.
Because I'm honest, diplomatic, and benevolent.
I say he will show me what strength he has.
Wait.
No more talking. Let's see the color of your blood!
Do I have to kill Sheeble? I want to leave Sheeble alive, you asshole. Maya and Alof, can you wait back here? And you're going up front as well. Now let's just make sure your AI is on. For whatever reason it keeps getting turned off. And it keeps getting turned to defensive as well. Right, and now are we sorted? Are you defensive? Yes, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Sheeble. I like you.
This is futile.
Where am I? Can you help out? And I'm about to silent scream this bugger. Oh, I'm healing up Alof, right. Get back into the fight, you. You need to have a heal up Alof.
That's not very helpful.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sheeble.
Hey, Watcher, I need to, be straight with you about something. I've been here before.
Seems like you did a lot more on Visit.
Yeah, you got me there. You're too perceptive, you know that? It's almost creepy. This place, it's not just an island full of crazy druids and giant boars. It's a competition. There's an actual arena in the middle, but that's just where people congregate. The entire island is a trial, one that I fought in.
How long ago did you fight here?
Few years. When you caught me in Nekataka, I was at the tail end of a long rest. That kind of life. Wake up, fight, sleep, every day for weeks. It takes a lot out of a person. Maybe it took more out of me than I thought.
But it's addictive too, living like that.
Yeah. And you know that better than most, don't you?
You don't just walk away from that life. Something bigger always needs to take its place.
Maya looks like she wants to say more, but stops herself.
Thought I was done with all that. But here I am, about to make the same bad choices.
Did you fight alone?
You flatter me. Nah, I may be tough, but I'm not that tough. I had a crew. A group. Packs, they call them here. Something almost like a family. We worked well together, but you know how it is. Nothing good stays good forever. When I left, we went our separate ways.
Did you have a falling out?
Something like that. See, we were doing pretty well in the contests. Not just winning, but winning handily. Dominating. But something wasn't right. I just couldn't shake this feeling we were being played, being used, and I didn't know what for.
Why? Did something happen?
No, nothing. And that's just the thing. Folks were nice to us.
Too nice, right? Kinda nice that makes you wonder what a person's looking to get from you.
Were you standing too far away from the mic there, Dale?
So, when I quit, my crew got mad. How can you give up? We're nearly there, that kind of stuff. But I had to trust my gut. Couldn't go dying and leave my pa alone, could I? I'm past the age of chasing glory, Watcher. Let me make a little coin, settle down somewhere with a view. Shit, Maybe I'll go back home to the Pearl Coast. Haven't been there in an age.
Okay, did you win the fight?
I'm standing here. Wait, I'm not dead, am I?
You look perfectly alive to me, or a bluff check to say, no, you're actually a ghost, Constantine. You look perfectly fine to me.
Had me worried for a second there. There's no surrender in the arena. You lose, you die. Keeps it simple.
You always take us to the nicest places, Watcher.
Again, it sounds like there's something wrong with the audio there as he records it.
Hey now, at least it's warm this time. It's nice not having to worry about anything turning blue and falling off.
Yeah, there's some kind of echo to his voices there. The voice actor recorded these at the Alos voice lines. It seems to be there's something wrong with his voice, and it's like he's got an echo to it. Can you give me an insight to what's to come?
Can't say I know what'll happen till it's happening, but I'll tell you what I can when I can. Anything more than that'll just be idle speculation, and that's not really my thing.
Alright.
Yeah, not a safe place to be standing around.
He takes a deep breath and starts towards the forest edge, dividing the foliage with the easy confidence of a ship parting the sea. Sorry, Shiabal, I didn't want to kill you.
Got it.
Yeah, she's just like, fuck you, I'm flying on ahead. Right. The jungle opens in a small glade, the trees encroaching overhead to enclose the space in a cool green shade. A stone dais cracked by roots and dappled with moss and dirt dominates the clearing. A pair of worn statues, crouched jungle cats, missing eyes, ears, and in one case a paw, flank the short stone well. Identify the statues? Constantine. The markings along the flanks and gills suggest them to be sacred beasts. Guardians perhaps of the well, search for traps. Maya. One of the stones sink when depressed, an ancient pressure plate. Nothing occurs, however, when you do so from a distance. Perhaps some previous explorer disabled a trap, or perhaps the mechanism simply failed over the centuries exposed to elements. Examine the well. The well stands barely a yard in diameter, the mortar between the sides cracked and grey when not entirely absent. A few rocks have crumbled away or been removed. You hear the sound of running water from the depths. Look inside. A stream flows from far below, a faint incandescence casting shimmering lines along the well's cylinder interior. Tie a rope to a cat statue. Yeah, that sounds the best. You tie a rope around the cat statue's neck, not like a collar, and a hard pull convinces you that the statue isn't going anywhere, and you lower the rope into the darkness of the well. Descend the rope. Your hands on the rope, your feet guiding your way down the inner walls of the well, you easily shimmy down the hole. The rushing waters and roar envelops you as you run short on rope, and the walls fall away around you to reveal an underground cavern. You note the outcropping of a stone nearby, jutting out above the water. Swing to the outcropping. With a few careful swings, you manage to catch the outcropping with your feet and pull yourself tight against the wall. Looking around yourself, you find the rocky ledge continues deeper into the cavern, the darkness inviting. Continue. You advance into the dark. The Fire of the Titan, which is one of the optional quests as well. Whereas both Forgotten Sanctum and Beast of Winter showed their final bosses. This is not the final boss. The final boss is that thing under your fucking boat. I'm sorry there, but we're going to have to kill it at some point. Yeah, that's it. And I immediately have to climb this wall now. You can still hear the murmur of water behind you when the cave comes to an abrupt end, stymieing your progress. The passage has been closed off by a brick wall and uneven stones largely obscured by a thick curtain of vines. Improvise an alchemical concoction combining rune, powder, rawhide pod and a solution to immolate the vines. Hack through the vines, hammer and chisel to clear the way. Burn. Maya, you have Breath of Flames from your amulet. A few chanted words and hand signs, Maya conjures a flame to burn away the vines. In their absence, the wall loses much of its cohesion and collapses. Little light is visible through the hole in the wall, but you can just make out the sound. It could be the babbling of water or of Kif.
Why not?
You stumble into a room only brightly lit in comparison to the tunnel from which you came. A man with soft features and round eyes blinks mutely before clearing his throat.
Welcome to the Temple of Tuamawai, Watcher. Home sweet home.
Akira, the wall. What even is down there?
He cranes his neck, peering over your shoulder.
I'll let you handle this one.
Don't matter none. You're finally here is all. Crowd gets restless waiting. You best get out to the pit.
Friendly, isn't he?
Who are you?
That don't matter none neither. I'm the kith supposed to get you before the people.
I think you may have confused me with someone else.
Akira, you're in Challenger's chamber, yeah? That makes you Challenger. Beyond that, don't matter none. You having second thoughts about the right? Stop. It's too late. Everyone champs at the bit to see you in action.
Best not to argue with him, Watcher. Some of these folks got short fuses and itchy sword arms.
See me in action? This isn't a brothel, is it?
What? No. Just get out there.
It's got the same scent as the wild mare, don't it? Like upscale stables.
See, Adeta has got there's something wrong with his voice. It's like there's something wrong with the recording there. The mayor stabs a finger at the archway and then takes a step back, brushing his hand along a column. As he does so, the door closes between you.
Sure.
Right, let's just go out there and fight some things. A bunch of level 20s coming to something about level 15. Okay. Just as long as it's not like fucking Forgotten Sanctum with the fucking stupid final boss fights. Something game designers get wrong every time.
Challenger joins our eternal hunt.
As is tradition, the primal elements shall sort predator from prey.
Triumph or perish. There is neither surrender nor retreat.
We could do a lot worse than put these things out of their misery.
Run in! Keep it away from the back lines.
Not very helpful.
Yeah, knock this thing over, Ishiza.
Can't get a clean hit.
Take that.
This thing is actually pretty fucking tough.
You like that? Let's go. That's not very helpful.
It's hiding behind a platform, so I can't get it.
fist.
Nice, just gonna do the blight, is it? Do that one instead.
Let's go.
Well, lucky he had that thing about Magrin's Blessed. It means it takes less fire damage.
You have completed the first examination. Well done.
Your fury brings joy to this arena, and honor to your name.
You have endured but the first of many trials. Return when you are ready to face your next challenge.
Okay. I know this usually goes right back to Maya.
Looks like you can hold your own in a fight. That's great! Really useful for not dying.
The guard from before sheepishly rubs the back of his hairless head.
You are alive. Praise Toamawai. I did not, I had not, I should have verified you were intending to join our Crucible Games instead of,
That's about the closest thing you get to an apology around here.
No apology needed, but point me to whoever's in charge.
Yes, of course. Toamawai truly rules this place. But Humaire deals with matters that pertain to lowly kith. Humaire wants to bend your ear. You go find her in Hall of Memories. Straight past me. Also, sorry about before.
There's the team that's supposed to go out.
You go in now. Humaire stays waiting for you.
Hello! Hides drape the broad shoulders of the woman standing before you, and curved horns exaggerate her already prodigious height. Moss grows in patches in her bark-like skin as she turns her faintly glowing eyes towards you, her lips part into a smile revealing two jagged rows of shark-like teeth.
This is her. This is Humaire, the one we've come to see. She'll show you the way.
Quite the show you put on, Challenger.
One of her hands rests lightly upon the edge of the plinth, beneath the bowl of the shimmering water.
Yours is a new face within these hallowed grounds. Strange that. I don't recall the last Challenger to enter the Crucible without first proclaiming their intent to me.
I didn't have much of a choice, the guard was very insistent. A ghost brought me here, you said you might know him.
Then it is you.
Her eyes again roam you, lingering on your arms and legs.
I sent Muatu that you might speak to him and seek us out, Watcher of Cad Nua.
You may have sent a letter, you know.
I wanted to know that you fairly earned your title. That you stand before me proves you a true Watcher.
An even half-competent scholar could have found their way here based solely on the design of the crate you sent.
A man's life for a message at a test. Good trade.
I'm here, what do you want?
Our ancestors constructed this temple as a tribute to the souls of all life. Of predator, prey, and the primal dance that forever binds them. Souls came to permeate these walls. A choir of voices greater than any individual chanter or druid. They became not unlike a god, at least upon this isle.
Constantine rolls his eyes, making no effort to hide it.
Great kith from across the Deadfire heeded their song and flocked to Kazuwari, whether to relive the battles of lore or forge legends of their own.
And here I thought people came here because of the ghosts you sent them.
But one more service provided by the spirits.
But now something's gone wrong.
Not exactly. Or rather, perhaps. A few months ago, the music changed. It became discordant to my ears, as if it and the souls no longer sang in harmony. I think perhaps that it is because of the foreign god stomping across the Deadfire.
How long has he been stomping across the Deadfire? It can't be months.
Sure, blame Aethys. Everybody does. Not that he don't sometimes deserve it.
I thought the spirits sang the song. How can we be out of harmony with them?
Therein lies the mystery. Why has the song changed? What does it herald? Thus, I require a Watcher. More stories get told of the Watcher's abilities than there are islands in the Deadfire to hold them. Those that claim the mantle for themselves almost always prove charlatans or lunatics, or both. But if the tales of communion between Watchers and lost souls hold any truth, we might uncover what ails this place.
Has this discordant harmony actually caused any problems?
Over the centuries of contests here, gallons of blood have been spilled in the arena, but the fights have always been reasonable. Now, however, the Faces of the Hunt summons great monstrosities to pit against green challengers. Even outside the Crucible, the beasts and kith of Kazuwari grow increasingly aggressive. The Faces stoke their hostility. They seem eager to see blood spilled.
This place has always been hungry for bloodshed. How's this any different?
I would not expect you to understand, Constantine. You were deaf to Kazuwari's song. You must draw the attention of the Faces of the Hunt in the Crucible. To contend in the Crucible, you must first complete the rite of passage.
Oh, what does his rite entail?
The Faces of the Hunt provide 4 trials. The aspirant overcomes them and earns the right to take part in the Crucible. Or they do not. Either way, blood is spilled, and the Faces are pleased.
Okay, how do the Faces provide these trials?
These walls contain the souls, the memories of the many kith who have come before. These souls communicate their will through the Faces of the Hunt. The Faces stirs the memories, blending essence to summon spirits or manifest beasts of blood and bone.
Don't know about you, but that sounds like chanter business to me.
That all sounds rather circular.
Sometimes you refer to the Faces if they're a group, and other times if they're a single entity.
Indeed, Tawamawai is 1. Tawamawai are 3. Tawamawai are scores.
Sounds confusing. At least with Aethys, it's just the one. Then Shoti hasn't been referencing Aethys each time she mentions gone? Well, that ain't the same. Aethys is sometimes gone, not always both at once. I think.
What kind of trials?
Trials of combat. More than this, I cannot say. Only that you will face opponents of spirit and opponents of flesh.
My associates and I fight as a team.
Here I was looking forward to sitting back and watching you take all the hits for once.
One-on-one events are rare here. In the Crucible, we fight as nature intended, in packs, with disparate equipment and little effort spent to ensure fairness. Besides, it would be an incomplete trial if we tested only prowess. The leadership and preparedness of our contenders must also be judged.
Let's get started then.
The pool of memories will set forth the challenges that await you. Peer into its waters when you are ready.
Yeah, can I end this episode?